go through and share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I think before now, this link to this report was shared to you guys, and the reason is to actually go through so that you can see what we are going to talk about today. So, like I said, I'll be going through the command line, basic command lines. So, if you're new to programming and to web dev or to tech, everything in general, you're going to notice, as time goes on, you're going to notice that you can't actually work as a developer without using the command line. One way or the other, you're definitely going to use the command line interface. So if you're learning it now, it's a very good stuff for you because it's going to help you in the future. So we're going to go through basically, I will go through and explain to you what the command line, shell database and command line is. Again, I want to stress this course or this presentation, I will be using Windows. So in case you're using Mac or you're using Linux, please just identify using the chat so I can know how many person using Linux and Mac so that we can know how to interchange between both of them and so we can carry everybody along. Okay. Use the chat. If you're Mac, just notify your Mac. If you're on Windows, notify your Windows. If you're using Linux, notify you're using Linux. So let's know how we can carry everybody along so we don't leave any person aside. It seems everybody's using Windows.
But I'm using DOO. I'm not using Windows. I'm using DOO.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like we have Windows as a majority. No problem. I'll still show you how you can go with how you can still run this command from the Mac. And then okay. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so the Windows has a shell OS, like basically that's a command line interface. The normal Windows command line prompt. Okay. And why we also have the PowerShell on Windows. This PowerShell and command line are the two Windows shell environment that allows you to write commands from the Windows. Okay, unlike somehow on the Linux command, there are some kind of the Linux and the Mac OS uses Bash as ZSH for Mac and Bash for Windows. So if you're on Windows, some of the commands on the Linux on the Bash does not work on Windows, and some of the commands on the Windows does not work on the Bash. Okay, but to turn your Windows into Bash and make it work like Linux, you can either install the Bash or install WSL, that is the Windows subsystem for Linux. As a beginner, I advise you to install Git Bash and leave the WSL for now. So if you have Git Bash installed on your system, can I see you use the comments? Let's see if you're on the same screen.
Yeah, majority of them have installed that already.
Install that. Okay. I have. Okay, I can see some persons saying that they have installed it. Okay, so first of all, what I'll do is I'll show you how to write the command on the Windows command line and also how to write the command on Git Bash so that we can all be on the same page. All this tracking. If you can't hear me, please identify you cannot hear me so nobody is lost here.
Yeah,
Is the audio okay now? Any other person having audio problem?
it's clear from my end.
Hello, be serious. I don't know your name is Suleiman. Please, can you hear me now? It's by my head. Okay. It's completed. I guess it's network. So if you cannot hear me, just try and call my attention so we can try your way along. Because I think it's a very important class. So if you cannot hear me, just try and call my attention. All right, so let's go into Windows. So we'll be using the Windows command prompt and we'll be using the Bash. This is the Git Bash. We'll be working with both of them. So like I said, some of the commands on Windows does not work on Linux. So this Git Bash is a shell command for Linux. It basically turns the Windows to behave like Linux. So what happens is I'm going to show you the commands on Windows and also show you the commands on the bash. That's assuming you're using Linux. So this bash is going to work with it. So we're going to walk through this repo and achieve the goal possibly.
Yeah. So here's a
So
I know some persons might be lost. Let me speak on behalf of some persons here. So how can we locate the bash in our Windows system, and how can we also locate the terminals in our Windows system? So like a simple step so they will see the way you did that.
Okay, that's a very good question. So for me, from the Windows search, you can type bash and you're going to see the bash. If you can see my screen, you can see that the bash is straight. That's if you've installed it properly, you're going to see this bash here. If you installed it properly, you're going to see this. Another quick thing to note is if you have Git bash installed properly, once you right click, you will see this option, Git bash here. If you right click on a particular folder, you will see this option, Git bash here. I don't know how many persons are seeing this on your screen. You can use the comment box if you can see this. How can I enter Git bash? Search Git bash from the Windows search bar at the bottom. Just search Git bash. Search Git bash. You're going to see the Git bash. It's not popular, so you're going to see it. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So just type bash.
Yeah,
they see it.
Yeah, they can see it.
Okay.
They can see it now. Now, how can they
locate?
Okay. How can they?
If you're on Windows, also, if you're on Windows, type CMD. You're going to see command prompt. CMD. On Windows, type CMD. You're going to see command prompt. You're going to use the command prompt and you Git bash. Are we on the same page?
Yes.
Please, if you're having any difficulties, use the comment box.
Yeah, sure. I will help you check the comment box so you don't always try. So can you close the comment box? Let me help you on that part so you can focus more on showing them the other part.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think that will be very good. Okay, so if you have the bash and the command prompt open, you're going to have these folders inside the both of them. So, like I say, what we're going to do is we're going to write the commands on Windows. Then I'll show you. If it has any difference with the bash, I'll show you the command on bash. So we're going to see the both of them and the difference. Okay. So you can basically choose which one you would like to work with. Okay. So if you're new to Git bash, you might be asking yourself, why should you learn Git command? Why should you learn command line interface? Is it useful to you? But some of the reason why you should learn command line interface is because of the speed. Like this helps your development process to be faster. It is easier for you to create new folders and navigate to folders from the command line rather than clicking through the Windows interface, the GUI. So the command line basically it improves your speed, like your production speed. And again, it is easier to access remote servers. Okay, so if you're working with remote servers, like I don't know, for technical, but if you're working with just like Heroku, just like AWS, we're going to definitely work with command line interface because everything is basically done from the commands. Okay, and again, if you're new to web development, you're going to use command line interface because there are lots of command line tools. Things like npm, you basically want to install any script, you have to go via the command line. Even with the technical writing, I know if you want to install some of the technical writing tools, you still have to install them via the command line. And additionally, it's a great skill to have. As either as a technical writer or as a web developer, knowing how to use the command is it's a plus to your skills. So it's a great skill to have. So this I want you to notice. Take note of the arrow button, arrow up and arrow down. Okay? Because it's going to come in handy when you're writing command. The arrow up, this will show you your previous command. Like the code you've written before, if you don't want to retype them again, you can use the arrow up. This will take you to the previous command. Then the arrow down will take you to your next command. So if you have written, maybe you have written some codes before and you want to rewrite that code and you don't want to type them again, the arrow up will just take you back to the previous code. So instead of typing it again, you can just use the arrow up to go back to your previous code. Okay, so using the tab would it helps you to complete your tab. Like if you want to write a particular command and you add tab, let's say you've written the first heading line and you hit tab, it's going to help you to auto complete what you're trying to write. Okay, then the Control C and the Control D. So the Control C first, this will exit the current command basically on the Linux. If you're on the Linux, this is going to exit. This is going to exit it. Why? If you're on Windows, the command line or the PowerShell, the Control D is going to exit the terminal for you. Okay. Again, if you still want to close the terminal, exit can also help you. Typing exit into the command line will help you close the terminal. Like basically, what I mean is this: if you're on Windows command, actually, I want to close the command, I type exit, close. Okay. Hope you're following.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So again, like the exit, always open it. So exit is going to help you close the command line. While on Bash and the Linux, Control C is going to help you close the Control D is going to help you close the command. So also, if you're new to command and you want to search, you want to get more help, using the command help is going to help you to get more options concerning the commands. Like if you type help, you're going to get more options concerning the command call. In case there's anything you're looking for and you're not sure of it, you can use help to get more details concerning it. Okay. So let's go into writing the command content. So we'll walk through this file, like I said. So let's go with the first file. This is to list all files in a particular folder. So currently now I am in this particular drive. To move back to my folder, I'm in the desktop now. To see all the files, I'm currently working with this heading now. Listing all files in the folder. To see all files on Windows, you're going to use the TD arrow. This is the directory. It's going to show you all the files in a particular folder. And on Windows or on Bash, ls, this is this file. It's going to show you everything on the system. So this is what I mean on the desktop. If I type the arrow, which is directory, these are all the folders on the desktop. You can see we have a folder called group and a folder called project. This is it. Let me show you the desktop. You have this two folder. This is group and this is projects. So these are exactly what we have here. Book and folder. These are the folders there. So why on the Linux command as on the Bash, ls is going to do the same thing. This is it. We have the group and the projects. Again, if you have any challenges, please use the comment box below. If you're facing any problem, you want to ask any question, use the comment box below. I can always come back. I want every person to be on the same page. So, and again,
so what's that long line that comes after ls? Those lines of whatever.
After ls, this one.
Yeah.
This one.
All this, yeah.
Okay. This is the folders on the desktop. So you can see I am currently on the desktop. So you can actually be trying this while I'm doing it. So I am on the desktop. This is my current directory. So ls is going to show you the list of files that are on this particular folder. So we'll have the group and this project. These are the two folders on the desktop. You can see them from here. This is the desktop. These are the folders we have here on the desktop. Okay. So I will advise, as I'm writing the code, you can also be writing the code so that if you face any difficulties, you can solve them as you're going to do them. Okay. Can I continue?
And you're using Git Bash, not the other one.
I'm using the both of them. I'm showing you the command on Windows and the command on Git Bash. Okay, so like this one now, if you want to list all the files on the folder, you use the arrow. Okay, this is going to show you all the folders. So we have group and we have projects. These are all the folders on the desktop. Okay. We good.
Yeah, I can continue.
Challenge. Can I continue?
So let's.
Okay, so like I said, we are walking through this repo. So somebody is asking, you're having system this? Okay, there's something I didn't actually show you. You can move to CD desktop if you have desktop for a system. Use this command to speak to the desktop. CD command and speak to the desktop before running the ls. AK, Olisa, you can actually delete stuff from the desktop or the command. We will get to that point. Or we'll definitely cover that. So if you actually want to list all the files in the document, first of all, you need to move into the directory. That's change directory first to desktop, then type ls. So you can use this command, or Windows, use the okay, let's continue. So like I said, so I think we are done with the listing files in folder. So let's take the next heading. This is creating a folder, a file from the command line. Okay, so basically on the Windows and on the Mac, that's the command line and the font. You use the same command to create a folder. Okay. So still working from the desktop directory, I can make a new directory. That is make the writing. So we'll create a new folder for you for technical writing. So to see if that has been created, you can use ls to see. So you can see we have technical writing now, which is a new folder here that is created. While the same thing can be done on Windows, you can use the same commands for creating folder on the bash also works the same way with Windows. So let's say create another one, command line. Oh, see all the file. Like I see, we have the new command line interface, the technical writing, the project, and the these are all the folders on the desktop. You can confirm that by coming to the desktop. These are all the folders. This is what we created. We created the technical writing from the bash, and we created the command line interface from the command line. Again, you can be trying the code alongside with me so that if you have any challenge, you can just solve them together. Okay, so we're done with creating folders. So let's say how to create files on the bash and on Windows. So creating files on the Windows command line is quite different from creating files on the bash or on the Mac command. So I'll show you how to create both of them using the command line. I'll create one with Windows, then using the git bash, I'll create one with the bash. So let's start with the Windows. So following the command on the GitHub, we have this is a command to create a new file on Windows. So you go with this. Basically, we're still working from the desktop. But now, because I created this command line interface from this command line, so I want to move into the command line interface and create this very file inside the command line interface. Okay. Do you guys understand? Hello?
Yeah.
Can someone talk to me?
Yeah.
I created
use
this.
Use the chat, please.
Okay, so I created this command line interface with the Windows command line. So I would create a new file inside this one with the command line. I created the technical writing with the bash. I will create a new file inside this with the bash. I guess you understand. Okay, so let's create a new file inside the command line interface. So you can change directory. Currently, we're on the desktop directory. You can change directory with cp command line. To make a new file, we use we should be used to HTML. We all know HTML at least. So this I'm creating a basic HTML file with the command line. So once you're done with the command, you hit enter. So to see if this file has been created, you can just see every file inside, like I say, with the DE arrow. DE arrow is going to list all files and folder inside a particular directory. So currently, I am inside the command line interface directory. So to see every file and folder inside the directory, I use DE arrow and you click. So you're going to see the new file. This is the new file I just created now, new file.html. So to confirm it, you can go back to the desktop. This is the command line interface, and we'll have the new file.html inside there. Okay, so while creating a file on the bash, this is quite easier compared to the Windows command line. So first of all, I'll have to cd in, I'll have to change directory and move it to the technical writing folder. Sorry, let's just take that in. I did not even try the character well. My bad. So to create a file inside so that inside bash you touch. So this is new file.html. So the difference between the bash and the Linux and the command line is on bash, creating a new file, you use touch. While on Windows, creating a new file, you have to type this long string. Type no the new file. This is quite long compared to this one. So anyone that you think is easier for you, you can always go with it. So I have created a new file inside this technical writing folder. So to see all the file inside, like I said, use the ls. We have the new file here. To confirm it, you can go to the desktop. This is the technical writing folder, and we'll have the new file here. So this is how to create a new file and how to create a folder using the command line. Are you with me?
Yes.
Because actually, we are walking through the steps on this repo. So if you don't have a link to the repo, this is it. You can walk through this repo with me. You can keep the tab open and walk through the repo with me. I guess you're going to understand as you can follow along. Okay. And again, just try and follow along with me so that you don't get lost. And if you have any challenge, always use the comment box. I'm here for you. So let's go through navigating through folders or using the command line. Basically, I think I have been showing you these words. Let's just make it clear. Currently, we are inside the command line interface using the command prompt. So if I want to go back to the desktop, you go back to the desktop using CD and double dot. This is dot dot double dot, and hit enter. This is going to take you back to the desktop. Okay, this is basically the same if you are working with the command with the bash. So to still go back, use the CD double dot. It's taking you back to the desktop. Why? To move into a new folder. To move into a folder, you use CD. This is CD stands for change directory. So I can use CD, and just like what I said, if you want to go back to my previous code, I think I've got like this. You use arrow up. Arrow up is going to show you all your previous codes. So this is CD, technical writing. If I want to move into technical writing, I use CD, technical writing. This is going to change the directory from this desktop to the folder. If I hit enter now, you can see we are currently inside this technical writing folder. We are no longer inside the desktop folder. To confirm it, you can list all files inside here. We have only new file here. But if you go back to the desktop, we see the dot. If you list all file here, you can see we have technical writing, we have project, we have the command line interface. So the same thing, changing file and moving into directory is the same thing on Windows and on Mac, even on Bash. So basically, if I want to go back to the command line, I use from the command line. If I want to go back to this command line folder, I can still use the arrow up button to take me back to the previous command. So like I said, arrow up and arrow down is going to take you through the previous command. If you don't want to retype it again, you can use arrow up or arrow down. So to go back to the command line interface folder, I hit enter. Oh, sorry, this is Megda. I created a new folder. So this is CD command line interface. Hit enter. So we are currently into the folder. You can confirm it by listing the files inside, and you see we have just one file, which is the file inside this folder. So this is how to move from folder to folder. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Okay. So clear the screen. So far, we'll be writing lots of code, lots of command. Probably the screen looks like this. It's simple. So to clear the screen, you can use CLS to clear the screen on the bash. Okay, clear. Okay, I think out of this, clear will clear the screen on the bash, and I think CLS will clear the command on Windows. Why clear to clear the command on the bash? Please take note, I did not update this repo with the bash. Okay, so on the bash, clear to clear the screen. And on Windows, CLS clear the screen. Please take note of this. Take note of this. I will update the repo after now. So renaming files and folder. Assuming you're working on a particular folder, just like the the technical item here, it is wrongly spelled. It is wrongly spelled. So if I want to rename the folder on the bash, you use the command to rename the folder. So this is how it's done. MV. The name of the folder is this is the name of the new folder. So you can see now that the name has changed. If I list all files here, this is now the new name. You can see the correction has been made. Formerly it was, I think, TEH. Now it has been corrected to TEC. So you can see the change. So to rename file and folder on the bash, you use MV. This is the command. MV. This is the name of the folder you want to rename, and this is the new name you want to rename it to. So take note of these two. These are the differences. This first one is the name of the folder, the name of the actual folder you want to rename, and this second one is the name of the new name you want to rename it with. So like this one was the previous one, which was the mistake in the spelling of the character, and this is a correction. This is a corrected one. That is what we have here. Okay, so while on Windows, so you can change the name of the command line to something more better. Let's say on Windows you use rename. While on the Mac you use MP. So let's try this out. You have rename. The name of the folder is command line interface on the folder, and let's change it to CMD. Okay, so let's check with the bar or Windows bar on Linux LS. So now we have CMD. No longer the technical writing interface. So this is how this works. Okay. I hope you guys are following. Are you guys following? I'm not hearing anything.
Yes.
I'm lost. Oh, I'm lost.
You're lost. Where can I find you? Because you say you're lost. Where do you need help? Okay, so we are together. I can see that we are together. Because you say you're lost. Where are you lost? Where do you need help? Somebody said he's trying. Please try.
After clearing the screen, I missed out the rest.
Okay, after clearing this, okay. You're not lost now. We've not gone far. We're still with you. After clearing the screen, what happened is we changed the folder's name. Okay, so previously from the command prompt, we had command line as the previous name. So we renamed it from command line to CMD. So to rename a folder, you use this very command, rename the folder name and the new folder name. So this command line interface was the previous folder name, and this CMD is the new folder name. So basically, this works only on the command prompt, while on the bash, the git bash, this was the previous folder name, and this is the new folder name. So to rename the folder name, you use MV on the bash. On the window, you use rename, while on the bash, you use MV. Are you clear now?
Yes.
Jose, are you clear now?
Yes.
All right, let's continue. So renaming file, it's basically the same way to rename file. You just use the rename, file name, and the new file name. So inside the CMD now, we have a file called, let's move into the CMD, the new folder we name. So let's see the files inside. So we'll have new file here. So let me rename this new file to something different. So we'll have, that should be rename, new file, .html, can be renamed now to old file.html. HTML. Okay, so let's try the same thing. Just that on the file, you need to specify the extension. So if you have .html extension, you have to specify it. If you have .css extension, .test, you have to specify the extension. So to confirm if the change has been made, let's use it there to see what the file inside. So now we'll have old file.html. Normally it was new file.html. So on Bash, so let's cd into this new technical writing folder and let's make the change inside. So let's see the right inside and see what new file.html. So you can change this by mv new file.html to old file.html. Okay, so to confirm this, we use ls old file.html. So to see this on the desktop, this is on the technical writing folder, you now have old file.html. Then on the CMD folder, you have old file. So the command is working. Once again, I would suggest you follow along with me. If you have any challenges, any difficulties, please use the comment box. If you have any question, I am open to answer your questions. All right, let's move into copying files. Okay, so on Windows, you have the X copy, while on the Bash, you have the CP. Okay, so let's try this out. Inside the command line, we are going to create a new folder. Then we are going to copy the old file into the old file.html into the new folder. Okay, so to create a new folder, like I said, use the make that is make new directory. Then let's call this folder. Okay, so let's see inside the folder. Folder is currently empty. Let's see files inside. There's no file inside. It's empty. So let's go back to the CMD folder. So we're going to copy this. We're going to copy this old file that's inside here. We're going to copy this old file inside this folder. Okay. Currently, if we try to see all files inside here with the DER, we have the folder and the old file. So we want to move this old file into this folder. So on the Windows, you go with S copy. The file type we have this is old file.html. Then the name of the folder you want to copy it into, that is the folder. Enter. So you can see old file copied. So if you check this, then we no longer, okay, this is copied, it's not called. So if you see it into the folder, and then list all the files inside, you see now we have old file inside here. To confirm it, you can check here. This is the folder we just created, a new folder. So now we have old file inside this folder. Okay. While on the Mac, we are going to create a new folder inside the technical writing folder. Then we're going to copy the old file into this one, just similar to we did on the Windows. Okay. So make the to create a new folder, please make the folder. So you use CP. Let's see all the files inside here. We have old file and folder. We're going to copy old file into this folder. So currently, if we move into the folder, there is nothing inside. Currently empty. If we list all the files inside, it's empty. There's nothing inside. So let's copy the files from the right into it. So you CP, I type as old file.html. The name of the folder is folder. So if you can confirm this, we move into the folder, then ls. See, we now have old file again. Okay. Any challenge? Are we on the same page?
Drop it in the chat so we know any challenge. Yes. Okay, so what's the challenge?
What's the challenge? Can we hear you? Any challenge? What's the problem?
Okay.
Can we continue? Okay, no challenge. Okay. That means you're following, I guess. Nice one. Okay, let's continue. So, moving files. Point what we did is copy, and you notice that if we copy a particular file from one folder to the other place, the file still remains. So now what we are going to do is that we are going to move the file. But let me delete these old files first. I don't want to delete it with the command line. I'll try to delete with the command line. So let's just delete this first with the normal delete. So we can enter into how to do that with the command line. So the reason I'm deleting it is so that I will move this file, the old file, into the folder, and it's no longer there. It disappears from this part. I will happily find it here. Okay, so let's do that. On Windows, you have the command move, while on the bash, you have mv. So currently, we are in the folder, and if we delete the files in the folder, Windows will see the arrow. There's no file inside anymore. So let's go back to the command and cd double dots. So to move the file, we want to move this old file into this folder. So to do that on Windows, we use the move old file.html. Then the name of the folder we want to move it. One file move. So now if we list all the files of this directory, we're no longer going to see old file. So it has been moved into this folder. To confirm that, we need to see it into the folder and then list all the files in the folder. So here now we have the old file here. Okay, so on the bash, so let's see there's no file inside the folder again, I guess. We deleted it. Let's go back to the technical item. So let's list all the files here. I want to move this old file here into this very folder. Okay, so to do that on the bash, use mv. I'm moving the old file. HTML. I'm moving it into the folder. So if you list all file here now, we now have only the folder. The old file is no longer here. But if you cd into the folder and list all the file here, you have the old file here. We have successfully moved the old file from the folder, from the technical writing folder into this folder directly. So this is how to move file. Okay, so this is how to delete files and folder using the bash. The last one I deleted them using the normal delete. So this time I'll show you how to do that one with the command. So inside the folder we have, let's see file inside here, we have the old file. So to delete old file from there, you use this command. On Windows you have del file extension. While on folder, this is how you delete folder. So let me show you how to delete with the file. So let's delete old file from this folder. So you use the del old file .html. So has been deleted successfully, I guess. Let's see. Let's confirm it. There's no file inside. Oh, okay. So on the bash, use remove. That's rm. So inside, let's see files inside the folder. If you have the old file, so if we use the remove rm old file .html, okay, that file has been deleted successfully. To confirm it, use the ls. The folder is not empty. So this is how to delete file on your phone. So let's see how to delete folders using the command line. So currently we are inside the folder. So since we want to delete this folder, we cannot delete this folder while we are inside the folder. So we have to cd back to the folder above it for back. We have to delete it. So use cd. So currently now we are inside the type in ls. Have the folder. So to delete it, use the rm. Now note, when deleting a folder on the bash, you need to add this arrow flag. Dash arrow flag and the folder name. Without this arrow flag, you cannot be able to delete this folder. Okay, so with the arrow flag, it tells you to delete this folder, and basically it deletes almost everything inside the folder. If there are any files inside, all will be deleted along with it. So remove the arrow flag and the name of the folder, and you can enter. So let's confirm if the deleted ls now empty. The folder is no longer inside. We can confirm that from here. Technical writing is now empty. The folder has been deleted. So while on the Windows, to delete file on the window, you use, like I said, you cannot delete file, you cannot delete the folder when you are inside the folder. You have to cd back to one level up. Let's say all the files aside. You have the folder, so this is what we want to delete. So to delete this file on the Windows, use rm, that's remove directory, and the name of the folder, which is folder. This stands for the enter. This is your root directory. So and then enter. And to confirm it has been deleted, use enter, and you see there's no file inside. This file is empty. We can confirm that by going back to the CMD command, and we'll see that there's nothing inside this folder particularly. Okay. So this is renaming files and folder. Okay, so to be able to achieve this, I am going to create a new folder inside this CMD. Then I will then rename the file and then rename the folders inside. Are you guys following? Hello?
Yes, they will drop it in the chat.
It's okay. Somebody can't copy successfully. Okay. To copy, let me go back to that place I replaced. To copy, if you're on Windows, you use scopy. That's the name of the file you want to copy, and the name of the folder you want to copy it into. Why, if you're using the Git bash or your Mac, you use CP, the name of the file you want to copy, include the extension. If it's .html or .css, include the extension. Then the name of the folder you want to copy it into. Okay. Suleiman, can I help you? Suleiman, can we continue? Did you copy successfully? Got it. All right, thank you. Okay, so to show you a more practical experience, like how this is basically done in real life, I will just clone one repository, then we'll see how we can seed it into like a more practical, because we have just been talking. Let's just see if we can get something. Let's just clone a particular repository and then let's work with it and see how we can move from folder to folder inside of it. Okay, but before I continue, how many of us do you have VS Code installed on your system? If you have VS Code on your machine, can you indicate using the comment box? I can get a yes. Any other person, VS Code is not on your system. It's not there. Okay. If you have not installed VS Code, I don't know. If I just try and install VS Code, but I will see. I have just 2 years here. I will have more from you. Please, if you have VS Code inside, please can you identify? Let me hear you. Okay. So let's proceed. The reason I'm asking is because I'll show you on the. Okay, let's just look for. I want to copy this folder. The reason I'm copying this folder, this is outside the scope of this class, but the reason is because this folder this very repository has several folders inside. So I basically want to show you how to navigate from folder to folder. Okay, so I don't know if you know how to use Git on GitHub. You can follow along, but you can still follow along with this course. But basically, I just want to show you how to use command line in a real life experience. Like assuming you're working with a project, how to basically move from one folder to another. So to achieve this, we're going to use this. We're going to use this repository because it has so many subfolders inside. So I want to show you how to navigate from each of this folder to each folder, format, move through the files, and do what you want to do inside the folder. Okay, so let's proceed. If you don't have VS Code installed on your system, if you have any other text editor, you can still work along with this. Okay, so let me clone this folder. How to clone this folder, then I'll draw it. Okay, so I will be working basically with I work with the Git bash for this lecture, because like I said, the Git bash and the Windows command line they have just few minor changes. So like if you walk through the GitHub repository, like I have shared the link with you, if you're using the command line, but I don't have the Git bash, you can basically walk through the GitHub repo I shared you here, you can see the different commands from the kit from the Windows and from the Bash. Okay, so but for this practice, I'm going to use the Git Bash. So to clear the screen, like I said, to use and clear. So let's go back to the desktop. So I want to clone this. Do you guys have knowledge of how to clone files and folder from GitHub? I don't know. This is actually the scope of this class, but teaching you Git is not actually what I'm here to do. What I just basically want to show you is how to navigate from folder to folder. So I guess before you complete the training, you're going to learn about Git and GitHub. So, but that's not actually what I want to teach you. So forget about the cloning the folder. I just want to show you how to navigate from folder to folder. Are you still with me? So while we are waiting for this folder to clone, if you have any question, please just drop a question. Let's see if we can. Okay. While waiting for the folder to clone, if you have any questions, can I get you? Any question, any doubts, anything about you, any challenges, just let me tell you while we're waiting for this to clone. Anybody with any question, any contribution, any confusion, just say something, say your mind. Let's hear you. No?
They will drop in the chat if they have any question, so you can call them out.
While we are waiting for this to clone, if you have any question, please. Yes, because this is introductory. This is introduction. This is introductory. I think at the end of the lecture, I'm still going to give you some resources in case you want to go more advanced, and I will give you. I'll drop some link for you to go more advanced so you can still upgrade your skill with online. Somebody says she's confused. I think it's confused from the beginning. That's serious. If I don't understand, like you're confused from like everything. You're confused about everything.
Yeah, I guess it's confused from the beginning. But if I can you unmute your mic and probably tell our speaker what exactly?
Tell it on the head and talk. Let's hear you.
Yeah.
Can you talk? Let's hear you. Okay. Mike is not saying anything. Now let me show you a more practical experience of what I'm going to say. Okay. Wisdom, is this being recorded? Somebody's asking. Okay. Anybody can get a button. Okay, so a more practical experience. So I just cloned this folder from the top. So it's a more practical experience. So let me just show you how this is being used in the real life experience. So the name of the folder we just cloned is Advanced CSS Course. This is the name of the folder we just cloned. So to confirm it, and list all the files in the folder. So this is the folder we just cloned. Let's move into this folder and see the file inside the folder.
Yeah. So Eze, can you make the screen for this one full so it will be more clear and close the message tab? Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
See what? Okay. Okay, so this is. Let's see it into this folder. So yes, this is the folder we just go to pick up, and when I try to list all the files, I will have different folders. This No, the ones with the blue color is a folder. So this is a folder, this is a folder, and this is a folder. Okay, so let's see into this folder and see files that are inside here. We're inside this in a course folder, so let's see files that are inside. We have this after SO5, final after SO6, and startup. So let's see what's inside the startup folder. Startup folder. And let's see the files. You have this, have the image, and you have this. So assuming I want to create a new folder inside this branch now, currently we'll have the CSS, we'll have image, we'll have index. So if I want to create my own folder inside, just create, like I said, create a new folder, use the main tab. Install the files here now. Now this new folder that's created here. So basically, if you're working with this new folder, you can see the into the new folder. X. The file is currently empty. So inside, to go back again to the folder, you see the so we're in the macro folder. Let's go back to the folder. I still want to move into this after final after SO6 folder. You can still take it to the better. One thing I do talk about is joining. You can basically use two commands together. I just did it now, but I forgot to talk about it. So what this line of what happens is with this is the LX and this is the folder path. So what happens here is actually we did not actually move into this folder, but we are still inside this network folder. But I was able to list all the files inside this folder. That is what this double command means. LX final after SO6. So that is to say you can literally use two commands together. So like this, I did not, like I said, I did not see it into this folder. You check, we are still on the NATO folder, LX. LX. So we are still on the NATO folder. So I did not actually move to this folder, but I joined this two command to be able to see all the files inside this folder. Okay, I forgot to talk about that, so you can take that into consideration. Let's move into this folder and see what's inside it. Again, you can go back to your previous folder with arrow up and arrow down. Your first command. If it is a command, I don't write it. Then we can use the arrow up and arrow down to see what's inside. Go back to your previous folder. Okay. So basically, I think that is all for the basics of this class. And if you have any question, you can ask a question. And if you want to do more reading on this repo, you have this. I think this is a YouTube video, and this is the Linux handbook. Okay, this is a quick article with lots of commands, so you can basically go through all of them and learn more advanced commands. Okay.
All right, guys. So this is time for
Okay,
Q&A. So if you have any questions so far, you can ask him now because we have a few questions to do. All right, guys. So any questions so far?
Any question? Basically, you cannot clone. I think I'm saying it's not possible to clone a GitHub address, a GitHub folder where you're offline because you're actually working with a folder online. So you need an internet connection. Because if you saw me cloning that one, you can see it's actually downloading the files of folder. So we need an any condition to end the command file. So is there any question? Are you like any question?